All right. Yo, 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 what's up? This is John from Go to Peach Capital of the state, baby. All right, what's up, JG? What's up, Roger? What's up, Yancey? What's up, Metal? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, JG, to answer your question is I've already run the spot weld cutter. Right here. See it right there? Spot weld cutter. I've already done that, and that son of a gun just threw something in my daggone eye. All right, so here's the problem. Other than I just threw something in my eye off the daggone. Sure did. Sure did. The damn drill. The drill. Throw the damn metal shaving in my eye. Ah, you son of a gun. You son of a gun! Y'all hang tight. Hold tight. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to get it out with this magnet. Y'all hang tight. The damn bendix on that drill throws something in my eye. We back. We back, Jack. What, magnet? Oh, I've run a magnet across my eyeball before. I ain't got no mirror in the bathroom. All right, so here we go. So to answer your question, yes, I did drill the spot welds out, right? I did drill the spot welds out, but right here there was 7 spot welds right there, and there was no way for me to drill them out. So there we go. That's out. Now we just do a little hammer and dolly right there, and we'll fix all that. We'll fix all that up right there. I'm just glad it ain't I'm just glad that it's not rusty, but excuse me. I'm glad it's not rusty behind there. Now, this is this piece right here. The client had this piece and that piece. He had this piece, and he said this is for another truck, but if I had to use it, use it. If not, whatever. Well, guess what? Abracadabra. Bam! There's another one. Look at her. Look at her. Where'd you get that one at? Well. Let me tell you something. I drew it up today. Sure did. We ain't gonna be on here long. So that piece there, he can take that back home with him and use it on his other vehicle. But that's where this goes, right there. I did watch, let me do something right quick. Yeah. So you see how that is? That plate goes up there like that. Oh yeah, save that file. So this truck had hydro boost on it. This truck had a 6.2 diesel in it, and it was hydro boost. So we're gonna put some bolts on this one right here. We're gonna put some bolts in here so we can get that where it's at. And once we do that, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hammer and dolly all this, clean this up, and then I'm gonna spray some weld-through primer on the backside of it. And then I'm gonna come on the inside and I'm gonna plug weld it from the inside. So there's no welds on the outside. It'll all be on the inside, and then clean it up. So that is that, boys and girls. I did. I drew it up. Can you scan those pictures? Yeah. Right here, look here. Look here. Right there. See that? See that? I put it on there, and then I took my little wheels and took my little circles and I made the circles and I drew it all up, and then I went over there to CAD and I drew it up on the, I went over there on CAD. Went over there, panel bond and plug weld. Yeah. I thought about panel bonding too. Yeah, I drew it up. I drew it up on the laptop. Yep, I drew it up and then I cut it out on the burn table. Yeah, I drew it on paper, then I drew it on the computer, and then I done that. Now, I did put a bunch of shorts up, but let me show you. I fixed this, and let me show you what it did. So y'all hang tight. Hang tight. Hang tight, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Hang tight. Let me get in the truck. I'm going to show you something. the only bad thing about putting door braces in. You gotta crawl over that son of a gun like a daggone. All right. So, Jay cut me a set of those circle gauges. All right, let me turn this. All right, so this is what I did. I took the hole saw and I cut a hole which is directly behind the seatbelt bracket. Seatbelt bracket goes right here, right? I cut a hole so I could get to that. Y'all see that cage in there? Y'all see that cage? That is what broke, right? That's what broke the other day. Let's see. Y'all see that cage? It broke loose. And then what I did was I cut a hole so I could get in there. I took my Dynafile and I cleaned the paint and stuff off of the back side of it, and I cleaned the back side of the other one. And then on this side, I took the Dynafile and cleaned it up. And then I took my spot welder and I reached in there, my squeeze spot welder, and you can see right there, you see on that top piece, I put 3 spot welds. I put, look out now. I put 3 spot welds at the top. Chick, 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 chick. And then I put 1 at the bottom. Chick, chick. So that right there, what's a Dynafile? And then that's that. Now, let's go over here to this side over here. All right, so this side over here is not broken. This side's not broken. But the client, I had it on my mind, and then when I talked to the client said, go ahead with it and cut another hole, cut an access hole right here and put another access plate. So if something happens later on down the road, if this thing, while it's painted, you have a way to get in there to access that. So that's what we're gonna do right here. And we're gonna cut another hole right there. And then we're gonna cut out another, so we're gonna cut another hole right here, and then I'm gonna cut another flange, a blind flange out, so we can have access to get to this one in here if anything happens. So y'all hang tight. I'm gonna crawl my big donkey tail over, and yeehaw! All right, what's a Dynafile? Dynafile is this right here. It's a little belt sander. It's a little belt sander. That is a Dynafile. So, let me get my daggone hole saws. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I got the big dirty. Got one drill through the daggone piece of dirt in my eyeball. I guess it was mad at me. So up, down. All right. Diablo for the win. Diablo for the win. So I had to go get another drill bit because the other one broke, and I think it was bad. The little nipple right there broke off. So the way this works, man, these things are so nice. All right. Take this right here, stick it in there like that. Snap lock system. It's locked into place. Put the daggone hole saw on there. Locked into place, quick change. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go about right there. We're gonna go about right there. So we don't hit this, we don't wanna hit this hole, because if you try to hole saw another hole, it just don't work. So we're gonna go right there, which is directly behind the seatbelt bracket. And then we're gonna put, now the other one I just put two set nuts in it, or metal nuts. We're gonna put some nut inserts in it. And if it wasn't for a daggone telemarketer, I got my phone. I tell you what, I'm so damn tired of the damn telemarketer. It ain't even funny. I have to get the magnet to get that out. You don't use no WD-40 with these. All right, so that's that. So we'll take the magnet and get that out. So what I was telling you is I just put these little sheet metal screws for now. But I got some nut inserts. We're gonna use some nut inserts. So basically we're gonna take that bad boy like that right there. Now I'm gonna get that out, so don't be freaking out. I'll take the magnet and get it out. All right, we're gonna go get, let's cut this out. All right, so that's that. So now let's cut another one out. Looking for some drops. There we go. We got a piece. y'all hear my heat coming on and off? Must be out of gas. I put my hog house heater on. It was cold this morning. All right. So yeah, this 4-inch cover. Yeah, they say, all right, there it is. Set the program origin. She right there. All right, let's run her back down. Let's run her uptown. This thing ain't no slouch. This thing cuts pretty fast too. But I mean, the laser's super nice. Laser's super nice too. Super nice. Hang tight. There we go. We still got to get that piece out. Somebody gonna be freaking out. Like, hey, he left that piece in there. He left that piece in there. He left that piece in there. Hey, I got that thing off of Amazon. Oh, don't do me like that. She done me like that. She done me like that. Look out, goddammit. Girl, what's wrong with you? If it's gonna mess up, it's gonna mess up when it's live. I promise you. Y'all think everything's snow. Y'all think everything's peaches and cream. That's a song. This little tool is if you cinch down on it too tight, like I'll read the comments here in a second. If you cinch down on it too tight, they send you extra threads, extra. I'll show you when I get it out. I'll show you. They send you extra thread tool because if you put too much ump on it, I'll show you. It's just, it'd be easier for me to show you than to try to tell you. Just let me show you. It'll take me a minute to get it out and I don't want to bore you with it. So, they send you extra, see that right there? They send you extra of these. These are what goes up in there. See that? So they send you extra ones, right? And the reason why they send you extra ones is because of this right here will happen. Let me show you. See that right there? See that right there? See how it galded that? I don't know why it does it. I turned the air pressure down too. It says this little thing right here, 90 PSI working pressure, but I'm telling you, don't run 90. I run like 60. And what happens is the threads get galded up, right? And they get stuck in the knurl. So it happens. It happened to me on the Le Mans. It happened to me one time on the Le Mans. Now, that tool right there, I probably should have took it out or looked at it closer because the last time I used it, I did all the nut inserts on the box truck. And I did a shitload of nut inserts. So it probably had a little burr or something in it, and it caught. So it ain't no big deal. I can fix it, but I ain't going to bore you online because what I'll do is I'll just take a cutoff wheel. What I'll do is I'll just take a cutoff wheel and cut the head, cut this off, and then I'll take a sanding pad and sand the top of the knurl off, and it'll fall out, and then I'll put a new one in there and be done with it. Yeah, it's soft. Yeah, this is soft metal. I'm a firm believer in it because see what it does? See what it does right there? It just peels the threads off of it. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, I got this whole kit for a little bit of nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it does, and this will go all the way down to 1024 too. But yeah, that's it. No, that's a 61 Ford box truck. So that's that, boys and girls. We've been on here 43 minutes. Let me go check up the comments and see what's going on. This thing right here wasn't like 60 bucks. This thing was like $60. This one was. It's like, now, these right here, I got extra. But that little tool setup right there was like $60. But yeah. So, I'll fix it. Let me go unhook that airline. Sun gun's driving me crazy. Yeah, so, I mean, it's a good little gun. I mean, it's a good little applicator. Like I said, it just 400 RPM. It just, you have to turn the air down. See, they got a little thing right there where you turn the air down, but I got it turned down. And probably it don't help that I got high flow fitting on it too, letting that sun gun eat. So I'll get it fixed. It ain't no big deal. Oh yeah, I got a magnet. There's the magnet. I got another magnet for the handheld. So there, we'll probably try not to lose that one, right? So it is. So I made these yesterday. This is to brace up the truck, right? because I'm fixing to break some people's hearts. I'm cutting the whole roof off this thing. The client brought me the other part. I would walk out there and show it to you. I'll go out there and show you. So I'm going to cut the roof off of this one. Yeah, I'm cutting the roof off of this one. We're turning this. I told you guys wrong the other day. I had my numbers mixed up, but now I'm squared away. This is a 1984. We're going to turn it into a 1974, and we're putting it on a 1976 two-wheel drive chassis. Did y'all hear what I said? This is a 1984 box. We're going to cut it and make it into a 1974 full top, and it's going on a 1976 two-wheel drive chassis. Did you get all that? Would you just look at that? Would you just look? I'll walk out there and show you because we're almost at the 50-minute mark. So there might be a little glitch. Don't go nowhere. It's going to probably be a little glitch because I got to walk out and walk back around. So don't go nowhere. Don't drop off. Just give it about 30 seconds and it'll probably grab the other modem and catch up. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. Y'all hang tight. Ooh. All right. So this is the windshield pillar off of a 74. Here is the top for a 74. Hold on a second. Hold on. Ooh. So yeah. So I'm going to cut it somewhere in here. We're going to put that top on here. And I'm going to take all this off. So I'm going to try to save as much as this as I can save. So yeah. So that's that. So yeah. So that's that one. I get that summer gun out of that one. What's up, Mac? And then, like I said, this piece here is bolted here to keep everything structural. But I'm not going to cut the top off. Tomorrow, I think my crowd's back. Tomorrow we'll get this welded in, and we're probably going to start cutting rust out of the floor and start making patch panels. I think I have. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I have to go look. I might have used them before, but I think I got some floor pans for a 82 or 83 square body pickup truck. And I got to put some Visine in my eye scratched. But I think I have 80, 81, 82, 83 K5, or excuse me, K10 floor pans. If I do, I'll cut those up and use them. If not, it's okay, cool. But I'm probably going to start, I'm going to put this in the morning, get this all cleaned up, get all this stripped, get all this cleaned up, hammer and dolly this, and then get the new piece put in. And then probably what I'll do is I'll get in here and pull some clamps, and I'm probably going to put some more spot weld holes in there so I can take the clamp. Now, I won't go live doing this because I got too much stuff to do, but I will give y'all a follow-up tomorrow evening. I'll clamp this, and pull it tight. You see how it's flexing? And I'll plug weld this to this, but I got to clean all this up before I can do that. And then I'm going to run some bolts through here, and I'm going to bolt that up tight, so that's where she's at. And then I'll clean all this up and weld this to this and make that solid. Once I do that, these pieces here, they go here. So I'll do a little bit of research on that. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to cover all these up before. Like I said, I'm gonna look into it and see. I'm gonna do it like it's mine. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it like it's mine. I'm gonna do it right, or ain't gonna do it at all. So these pieces go up there like that, right? And if these, wait a second, that don't look right. Is there a right and a left? Is the dimple supposed to, hold on a second, let me look at something. That don't look right. Oh yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Thanks for asking me. It'll be all right. Okay. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. That is interesting. No, they both the same. Other than that notch at the bottom. I don't know what year these are for. I'll have to ask the client. The client bought this for another truck that he's doing. So I'll have to ask him what year this was. Because if that, yeah, they're supposed to line up. So I take it this one is the driver's side. Because I'm going to make some more, is what I'm saying. Yeah, Mac, that's what I'm thinking, Mac. I think they're universal cut to fit. Well, see, that goes like that. That covers that completely up. So we're gonna have to look into that. And then this piece right here, I guess it just depends on how you want the dimple. I like the dimple up. So you see how that notch is at the top and it's got the radius at the bottom? See? You see where that's at? Mm-hmm. Yeah, close. Yeah, see, it's supposed to run this perimeter right here. See, it's supposed to run that perimeter and cover up this. I know you got to cut this because on the Impala, I made one for the Impala. I cut this off and made it flat. And then this goes up there. See, if that notch goes there, then, so if you line it up to right there where that art's supposed to go, just hold tight. If you do it like that, where that lines up right there, you see where that's at? That's right there. So like I said, this kit was actually for something else. It was for a square body, not a blazer. But let me see if there's any paper. There ain't no paperwork in there. So that's all right. Ain't a big deal. We got a big roller over there. We can handle it. Oh no, I can't cut these. These goes to something else. they brought them for me to use a template. See, I already made this. I already made one of these. I drew a new one. What did I do with it? Where did I do with it? Where did I do it? I already made one of these. Where in the hell did I do with it? There it is. See? There's the original. I made this one today. So I made this one. Yeah, they come from Mike. See, I made that. So this is my piece. I made this piece. See, my piece fits up there nice. It ain't no big deal. It ain't no big deal, Lucille. I do know this goes away. So, yeah, so we'll clean all this up. So what I'll do is I'll clean all this up and all these holes. I'll just make plugs. I'll make plugs and we'll weld all this solid. We'll weld all these up. We'll weld everything up. I need to check that. That's threaded. I wonder what went there. I'll have to find out what went there. But all these little holes, all this stuff's gonna get welded up. Let's get welded up. All this thing's getting an LS. So it's going 2-wheel drive LS. I'm not doing the engine or the I'm not doing the drive line or the chassis. The client's doing that. I'm doing all the paint, the body, the rust repair, the fabrication, the cutting, the buffing, and the painting, and all that good stuff, all that jazz. That's all I'm doing. But I'll clean it all up. I'll clean all this up and weld all these up. And then once all the metal work's done, I'll get the blaster to come and he'll blast everything. But we're going to do that after the fact. And then if we find any rust after the fact, then I can fix that after the fact. Yeah. So, yeah. That's where we're at on that, boys and girls. Nice. Where we at. That's where we at. That's where we're at. So tomorrow we'll probably just stay on the firewall, not jump around. We'll probably do everything to the firewall. I'll take my little wire wheel right here, my little Dynabraid, this little sewing gun right here. This thing like a cat's meow. We'll take that and we'll clean up all around in here. We're especially on this side, and then we'll just start on this side after we fix that. Well, after we brace that up, then we'll probably come over here and cut this out. We'll probably take the cutoff wheel and cut this flange up, and we'll cut a disc out, and then we'll tack weld this up. We'll weld these holes up, and then we'll make a piece right here. We'll put it in there. We'll make it out of 16 gauge. We'll put it in there and we'll weld this up. We'll make some ellipse holes. We'll weld all them up, and we'll just work our way across. So that's this one, Mac, this one. Well, I'm gonna weld everything up and make it smooth. I'm gonna make it slick as glass. I'm gonna make it slick like a beaver, not furry like a squirrel. And then just leave a blank canvas. And then when the client does what he's gonna do, then he can do what he needs to do. Drill holes, whatever. I know this is for the windshield wiper. I do know that. So we're gonna have to leave this one. I know that's the windshield wiper. I know this was the steering column, the brake booster, the hydro boost. This one right here was, this box right here is for the electrical. This is probably some electrical and some other stuff. He's running LS, so he don't need this block there. They ain't no telling. This thing had a 6.2 diesel in it, so they ain't no telling what the hell this stuff was for. Then we'll clean up all these flanges, and then we'll go from there. We're gonna make it nice. That's what he wants. We're gonna make it nice. I'm gonna do it like I do mine. If it ain't right, I'll do it over. And we'll just go from there. So, boys and girls, this is episode 5, I believe. No, let's see. Saturday was the first one, and then Sunday was the second one. So this would be episode 3. I think episode 3. And we'll go from there. Yeah, I think it's 3. I'm going to try to number all these. I wish I'd have numbered my videos from the day one when I first started, but I didn't. I talked to the client. Look, I had to bring the babies in. Look, I had to bring the babies in. Had to bring the babies in. Had to bring the babies in. I talked to the client about this. I give him some ideas of what I was thinking, and he said, roll on with it. Roll on with that beautiful bean footage. So we're going to finish out the week on this one. So we're going to work on this one all week. That's why I wasn't live today, because I had a lot of stuff going on. And once I get a rhythm going, then I'll jump back live and during the day. But it's probably going to be after 5 when I go live, because I got so much stuff going on with this thing, and I don't want to get kind of sidetracked during the day. I want to keep my momentum. And then after this one, then next week we're getting back on the 68C10. Yep. Hopefully, if we don't have, well, I take that back. I said if we got some warmer weather, but they're calling for an Arctic blast Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So, yeah, that ought to be interesting. So we got to prepare for that if we get that Arctic blast. So, but yeah. Yeah, I tried to do a little bit of video in the day, Mac, and the dang on phone would not quit ringing. So I need a secondary phone so I can just do recording on. And I don't answer the phone during the day, but I let it ring, because ain't no telling. But so the video was like, I was making these bracket, I was fixing this, and every time I said, you know, I'm gonna do a video, the phone would ring and just cut it off. So I can't do it. Like on other stuff, I know where I'm at and I can go live and I kind of know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. But for this, I can't do it because I got so much stuff going on with this thing that I got to stay focused. I did drop off the exhaust flanges this morning at the exhaust shop. I went to Bernie's Hardware to get a new drill bit, and they got a 72 tooth skill saw blade for thin sheet metal, 18 gauge, 20 gauge, and 16 gauge is 72 teeth. I'm probably going to end up getting one of them jokers too. But that's where we're at on that, boys and girls. What's up, Bryson? Or Byron? Everybody ever seen that daggone movie, that show with Medea? Byron. It's fun. So that's that. Yes. Oh, yeah. And the client said that for the box truck, that's the gauges he wants. So we're going to get all that stuff together. But anyways, boys and girls, I appreciate everybody tapping in. I know I didn't go live during the day. I apologize for that. Once I get a good rhythm going, I might jump on live maybe 30 minutes during the day, but I got to stay focused on this juke joint right here because I got a lot of stuff I want to get done this week on this thing. I appreciate every single one of you, boys and girls. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. If you're on TikTok, go over to TikTok, hit the follow button on TikTok. If you're on Facebook, go over to Facebook, hit the follow button on Facebook. On Facebook, I don't go live or nothing. I just post video, or I post reels and shorts and just pictures. I don't go live on Facebook no more because they delete the lives after 30 days. So, yeah, work. So, I'm blessed and I'm very thankful. Like I said, yeah, and there's the cutlass. I ain't forgot about the cutlass. She's sitting over here in the corner. Well, he's sitting over here in the corner. OG6 sitting over here. I ain't forgot about the cutlass. But yeah, that's where we're at on that. So, boys and girls, I appreciate every single one of you, boys and girls. Remember what I said, hit this, don't worry about the man up road or down the road. Sweep off your own from porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first at loose end drag. Peace up and chicken grease. I'm out.